Microservices is a fascinating concept in a software development industry. It has allowed enterprise to scale as much as they want. The transition from monolithic application to microservices architecture was very quick. It brings us a lot of benefits. At the same time, it brings us a lot of complexities as well. To take care of those complexities, also there are patterns and there are tools, technologies that software engineers must learn so that things can be taken care easily and very smoothly. Observability is one of that concept that is there. Under observability, there are three concepts comes into picture: tracing, logging, and metrics. This particular video is a sneak peek and practical implementation about the first pillar, that is distributed tracing. So I have implemented something around distributed tracing. So let me show you that. How our microservice typical architecture looks like. So let's say this is the first service, this is connecting to another service. So what we call it that this is a synchronous communication, like this is service A, this is service B, correct? And this altogether is connecting to some messaging framework out there. Let's say that Kafka is there. This is sending some of messages to this one. This is also sending some message to the Kafka, right? And there are consumers, right? Service C is there. So set of consumers are there that are listening to the particular topic in the Kafka itself, right? So so complex set of architecture is there, and at the front here we have clients here. All right, clients are sending the request to the first service that is there, that is obviously API gateway and all that. So this request is traveling through service B and going to the Kafka topic, going to the consumer, and n number of other services are there based on the business that we have to serve the purpose that that particular user needs. If everything is going wrong, everything is going happily and smoothly, just fine. But let's say something goes wrong, how we debug it, right? If it is a one application, let's say monolithic architecture, everything is at one place, we can easily debug it and get the information at that. But when we have things spanning across multiple services which are deployed at a number of places, how we organize these things, how we centralize these things, like a lot of logs are being printed in this one, how much information, how much time it is taking to respond this one, and all that information, the ordering of the request. So that is where log aggregation, like we have to aggregate the logs from all of these services at one place. So I have to trace the request, this one from when it is going to one service to another service, to see that how much time one service is taking, so that I can optimize those latencies and performances, right? So how we can do that? So whenever request is initiating from this place, first service that is interacting, this should have some sort of ID that I can put in the log aggregator or any tool that we are using, and it should be able to trace the request end to end. So I should be able to see that ID in here, every application that is there. So that is where distributed tracing is there. All right, so I have implemented this service A. I have one REST endpoint here that is calling service B to do something. At the same time, this is also sending a Kafka message, this is also sending Kafka message, and this is a consumer that is there. So let's see how all of this is into picture. So yeah, here these are the three services. First service is the tracing that I have named for example purpose. So this service has very just demo purpose application is there. So this has one controller basically, which is this service has one controller, this another controller, this has this endpoint, this is sending message to a Kafka topic, and at the same time it is calling another service, this endpoint. And what that service is there, this is the producer service is there basically. So if I come to this one, this is the send, this is the endpoint, and this is just printing something, and just for the information that I got something around it, right? And again it is sending a message to a Kafka topic. What that Kafka topic is, that is configured in here, tracing demo topic. And when all of this it's sent to Kafka, basically there is a consumer that is listening to both of those topics, this one and this one, and just it is printing that I'm receiving this message for the example purpose. So let's hit the first endpoint. So here is the endpoint, primary Arvind. So I'm just refreshing this one so that I can send that message. So it had sent that message. So this is the tool that I was talking about, Zipkin. Zipkin is the local setup that I have created, and find a trace is there. So if I can come here, so this is something I am running a query. So 8 minutes ago and a few seconds ago. So this is the request, that is the recent one that I have sent. So if I click this one, so I can see all the requests that is coming into picture in this one here. Like, so this is the first request, this is the second one, producer, this is the consumer, and this again is the consumer that is there. So I can trace this and how much time each of the requests has taken into this one. So this is the one part. Another part that is very cool, that is dependencies section. If I come in here, run this query, I can see the dependencies, all the applications that were part of that request basically. So this is the tracing, and this is the producer, this is the Kafka, and this is the consumer. So this is very cool diagrammatic representation that I can see that, and this is the filter available, all the components that were part of that were there to facilitate that request. I can see that each of that. So if I select each of this one, like single one, producer, I can see all the dependencies specific to this one. So this producer is related to tracing and Kafka only, right? And again, if I select this tracing is related to this producer and this Apache Kafka, right? And if I select this consumer, so this consumer is directly related to this Apache Kafka only. So I can see the dependencies, so direct dependencies of each and every component that is there in picture. So this is the sneak peek. As I said, the implementation is available. I'm going to publish the complete roadmap around this one: Spring Boot, OpenZipkin, micrometer tracing, Spring Sleuth. A lot of concepts are there that I need to cover. So yeah, I'm very excited to start this one. You will be seeing the videos in coming weeks on this channel, Codefarm. So I'll see you in this one. So if you like this video and excited about the upcoming videos, don't forget to subscribe this one, share it with your friends, and like the video. That really helps and motivates me to put more efforts and come up with more contents like this one. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Bye bye.